Mohammed al-Bashir, born 1983, is a Syrian engineer and politician who currently serves as the 70th Prime Minister of Syria. He has led the Syrian transitional government since 10 December 2024. 1. He has also served as Prime Minister of the Syrian Salvation Government since 13 January. It appears there may be some confusion, as Mohammed al-Bashir does not seem to be a well-known or widely recognized public figure in Syria up to this point, at least in publicly available sources. Therefore, the information you provided might refer to a fictional or hypothetical individual in a scenario you are exploring, such as a newly appointed political figure in Syria after 2024. However, since I don't have specific data on a figure by this name in real life, I can help with general information on political figures or events in Syria up to this point. If Mohammed al-Bashir is a real figure or has become known recently, I recommend checking current news outlets for updates, or providing further context to clarify whether you are discussing a real individual or a scenario you're developing. Feel free to ask if you'd like help with another related topic. It seems like you're asking for more information about Mohammed al-Bashir. As of the current state of available information, there doesn't appear to be a notable figure by that name in widely recognized sources. It's possible that you are referring to a new or emerging political figure, or perhaps a character in a speculative or hypothetical context. However, I can provide some general background on the Syrian political landscape, as it may help contextualize any future or emerging figures. Syrian political context. 1. Syrian Civil War. Since 2011, Syria has been embroiled in a devastating civil war, with numerous factions vying for control. The government of Bashar al-Assad, the incumbent president, controls much of the country, but various opposition groups, including the Syrian Opposition Coalition, the Syrian Salvation Government, a body largely made up of opposition groups in the Idlib province, and Kurdish forces, have also exerted significant influence. 2. Syrian Transitional Government. A transitional government is often proposed in the context of peace negotiations to create a post-conflict scenario. If Mohammed al-Bashir is indeed leading such a government, this might imply efforts toward political reform or the inclusion of opposition figures in Syria's future governance structure. 3. Syrian Salvation Government. This government is associated with the opposition-held areas in northwest Syria, especially in Idlib, and operates independently of the Assad government. If Mohammed al-Bashir has held a leadership position here, he could be part of the broader effort to consolidate opposition forces. Hypothetical or emerging figures. If Mohammed al-Bashir is a new figure or an emerging leader in the Syrian political scene, such as in a post-war context or peace negotiations, it would be important to consider the following aspects. Political affiliation. Al-Bashir's political views, party affiliations, if any, and position on key issues such as democratic reforms, relations with the Assad regime, and foreign policy could define his role. Engineering background. If he is an engineer, his background may influence his leadership style, potentially focusing on infrastructure, technology, and economic rebuilding in Syria's post-conflict era. Transitional leadership. As leader of a transitional government, al-Bashir would likely play a role in negotiations and efforts to form a more inclusive political system for Syria, balancing the interests of various factions. If you have more details or specific points in mind about Mohammed al-Bashir or his career, feel free to share them, and I can provide a more tailored response. Alternatively, if you are referring to an emerging or fictional scenario, let me know how I can assist you further.